How unexpected. With his capability, no wonder he's such a legendary figure. I can't wait to brag about being served by a Grandmaster before. The Harmon family was excited after finding out the truth. Their views of Michael turned respectful. No one expected the timid servant, who was full of smiles, to be one of the 5 ultimate Grandmasters in Balerno. Dad, Abigail was at a loss for words, her head blank. She still couldn't wrap her head around the fact that her father was such an important figure. It must have taken you a long time to reach such a level. I don't want to kill you, so stop now, Michael stated calmly. No one dared to look down on him after what had just transpired. As a Grandmaster myself, I doubt you can kill me. The Dark Lord gritted his teeth in displeasure. You should know that there are strong Grandmasters, and there are weak ones. You're still a fresh Grandmaster, so it wouldn't be difficult to get rid of you. Michael shook his head. Cut the crap. I'll kill you today. The Dark Lord bellowed, black fog bursting forth from his body. Watch out, sir. He's going to go all out. Herman warned. Almost immediately, the Dark Lord made his move. With a powerful stomp, he shot in the opposite direction like a rocket. He had run away. The 5 ultimate Grandmasters in Balerno? The Dark Lord snuck away giddily, praising himself for his quick thinking that saved him from his death. There was no way he could have won against a monster like Michael. Only an idiot would have challenged that man. After getting over the scare, the Dark Lord thought of something and smiled. So what if my opponent is the legendary Michael Robinson? I still got away. He's just a piece of trash. Suddenly, his grin froze as he sensed danger coming from behind. He instinctively turned around to see a beam of light shooting toward him at lightning speed. Arg! The Dark Lord shrieked in terror. He immediately used all his energy to form a shield. However, the barrier shattered as soon as it touched the light, which pierced his body. He howled in pain as he fell out of the sky and into the bushes. Great job. The crowd cheered. They thought that the Dark Lord would get away once more, but all it took was for Michael to throw his sword like a javelin to take the Dark Lord down. Just as they were basking in the happiness of defeating the Dark Lord, there was a red flash of light as the injured Dark Lord sprung up and dashed away rapidly, disappearing in a flash. A blood shield. Michael was taken aback. Blood shield was a type of rare black magic. It drew energy from the user's life force and allowed the user to have sudden bursts of strength and speed, which was extremely effective for both fighting and running away. However, it came at a cost. Each time a person used this technique, 10 years of their life would drain away. Using a blood shield when injured was even worse, so even if that person didn't die afterward, their fighting skills would drop significantly, and there was no way they could remain a Grandmaster anymore. He didn't die. What a pity. Hector sighed. That lucky bastard. Trent gritted his teeth angrily. The Dark Lord has been injured. He won't get far. Men, go after him immediately, Jacob ordered, leading the Harmon family's elite guards. Everyone was aware that if they let the Dark Lord slip away today, the man would retaliate tenfold in the future. Mr. Robinson, Sir Robinson, thank you so much for helping our family today. Hector lowered his head respectfully. Thank you, Sir Robinson. Natasha and the rest of the family followed suit. Mr. Robinson was no longer the timid old man they all knew. Instead, he was the renowned Grandmaster Michael Robinson. Don't mention it. Mr. Harmon Sr. helped me before, so I'm just repaying the favor, Michael answered kindly as usual. However, his gaze was conflicted as it swept over Abigail. He had tried to keep his daughter safe by hiding his identity. Unfortunately, the truth had still come to light. If he became Michael Robinson once more, things would only become more troublesome. Amidst the heavy snowfall, a figure in black dashed on frantically, ignoring the fierce winds. Blood trickled out of his wounds and dripped onto the fresh snow beneath him. That piece of shit. He nearly killed me. Thank God I used blood shield, or I'd be dead meat by now. The Dark Lord gritted his teeth, only letting out a sigh of relief when he saw that no one was on this trail, his face still ashen. Michael's final attack had been so strong that it had pierced his protective barrier and even managed to cut through his ametrine armor, leaving a deep gash on his back. If it weren't for that armor, he'd be dead by now. No wonder so many people feared the 5 Grandmasters. Fortunately, he managed to survive, and he even got some shocking information. The Dark Lord wheezed and coughed out blood as he dragged his battered body toward his hiding spot. After 10 minutes, he finally reached a hidden area in the courtyard. "Who are you?" Several masked women jumped out, firmly clutching swords. "It's me." The Dark Lord unveiled himself. "Master." The women immediately lowered their heads. "Where's Azalea?" The Dark Lord croaked. "She's standing guard in the hall," one of the ladies answered. "Keep an eye out for danger," the Dark Lord reminded before heading over to the hall. Meanwhile, Azalea was intently observing a wooden jar. She watched, amused, as a poisonous scorpion and centipede fought furiously. "Azalea." Just then, the doors opened, and the Dark Lord tottered into the room. "Yes." When Azalea saw the man, she paled and rushed over. "Master, what happened? Who did this to you?" "Michael Robinson was helping the Harmon family, so I lost." The Dark Lord scowled. "Michael Robinson, one of Balerno's Grandmasters?" Azalea frowned. "Didn't he disappear years ago? What's he doing here?" "He was hiding his identity, so no one knew who he was. Today's just my unlucky day." The Dark Lord sighed. He thought he'd finally be able to destroy the Harmon family after becoming a Grandmaster, yet Michael's sudden appearance nearly cost him his life. He must have the most rotten luck. "As long as you're all right, we'll have many more chances to take revenge. Let me treat your injuries." Azalea immediately got to work, swiftly applying medicine and patching the man up. However, his internal injuries would require constant medication before they could heal. "I might have lost this time, but at least I've obtained a valuable bargaining chip," the Dark Lord mused. "What is it?" Azalea asked curiously. "You've heard of the Mystic Arts Order, haven't you?" "Of course. It's the greatest dark faction of all time. It's even on par with Stonia's Celestial Alliance," Azalea answered. The Mystic Arts Order was a mysterious faction. Despite having only a few disciples, everyone in the group was trained in the mystic arts as well as martial arts. And because of their ruthless way of killing their targets discreetly, they quickly became the strongest dark faction of all time. "I used to be part of the group," the Dark Lord said wistfully. "I might not have been the brightest disciple there, but I was still a talented individual with a bright future. However, I was kicked out after committing a crime. Do you still wish to return there?" Azalea asked. "Of course." The Dark Lord nodded. "That place is like heaven to people like us. It's filled with numerous secret arts and is home to many powerful fighters. If I can get back in, I'd be far stronger than I am now." "You sound like you have a plan." Azalea watched her mentor. "You're such a smart girl." The Dark Lord smiled softly. "Michael Robinson is my ticket to return to the Mystic Arts Order." "Do you know who his wife is?" No, Azalea was puzzled. "Their Grand Sorceress, Catherine Hunter," the Dark Lord revealed. "The Grand Sorceress?" Azalea was astonished. The Grand Sorceress was the successor of the Mystic Arts Order and stood higher than anyone in the group. Most of the time, the leader would keep themselves hidden from the world outside, so the responsibility of taking care of the order would fall onto the Grand Sorceress' shoulders.